Hey guys, welcome back to our restoration project. So today we're going to take on our gearbox, and we're going to probably take this on in a little bit different fashion than we've done the rest of the build on the car. This particular gearbox is the correct matching numbers gearbox to the car, so it's quite valuable in that sense. Also, this is a very early gearbox in the history of 911, so the things that are going on inside this gearbox, the gear sets, the synchros, the bearings, all the lash, everything that's working together is such a complicated piece of engineering. I do not have the skill set or the knowledge or the eye to know what I'm looking at to take this thing apart correctly and put it back together where I can be 100% confident we got something that's going to be safe and we're not going to blow our engine up or seize our car on the side of the road. So transmission work, really, this is a trade all of its own. So there's a lot we can do here to restore cars. This is one of the things we just can't do. I mean, I can take this apart. I could probably get into it, brace things up, lock the gears and get things apart. But that's not what we want to be doing with this transmission. This one has to really be looked after. I don't have the skill set to take it on, so I'm not going to do anything with it. All we can really do here is clean it up. I can strip off some of the superficial external parts, and we'll look at those here in a second. But this really needs a trained eye and a professional to go through this gearbox who has lots and lots and lots of experience doing just these gearboxes. I'm not that person, but I do know somebody who does. But first, let's just take a quick superficial look here and see what we got. Just give you a basic overview of what it is. We'll look at the numbers underneath the gear case, and then we'll get this guy loaded up and head off to Huntington Beach.
Okay, let's just take a quick look here and see what we got before we get this loaded up and head off to Huntington Beach. So here's our date code on the side and part number. And this thing was so covered in oil, literally there wasn't 1 square inch of aluminum you could see on this thing anywhere, just absolutely caked with oil. So every seal, every gasket, everything on this thing leaked 100%. I pulled the oil caps off of the ends here. You can see it just dribbling out of the inside there. And so what was going on, it was coming out of the axle flange there and just flinging all over this side of this. It was just caked in here. Literally had to scrape it out with a spoon, and had so much grease and oil baked in there from years and years of just slinging it. Here's some of the parts I was able to just strip off. These are just superficial parts. We have the spindle for the bell crank, and then we have the speedometer gear set there, a vent tube there. This is going to be our brake light switch and pin. We got our oil drain plug and our inspection hole cover. And then these are retainer clips for our oil cap, which I just pulled out of there. And you can see that's going to definitely need addressing after we get it back together. So real common place where these leak is right inside there or behind that bolt. And on this side here, I still got the cap in place. So they had some kind of special tooling where they press these in and pull these out. I don't have that tooling, but if you really grip down on it with some vice grips and wet it up real good with some penetrant, you can get it off of there and then gain access to that bolt inside. And then taking a peek at the bottom side here, so this is where we're stamped 902-1 in our serial numbers. All right, well, there's the short version of it. Let's get this guy loaded up and go have some fun.
Here, but this is the owner, Brian Farmer. Brian, can you tell us a little bit about Einmalig or Einmalig?
Einmalig.
And what does that mean?
Means one of a kind in German.
Yeah, your German is a lot better than mine. So you recently have relocated here within the last couple of years?
The last couple of years, we purchased a building, 16,000 square feet on 27,000 square feet.
Yeah, I just took a tour around with Jared. It's absolutely mind-boggling. We'll go back there and take a little bit of video in a minute. But anyhow, I just wanted to introduce you to the guys. And so if you need parts, no problem. They got everything you could possibly want.
And more.
And more at Eimalig. Also, you do restoration work.
Service work, restoration
service
work, motor,
work.
tranny rebuilds.
Okay, Brian, thanks for showing us around. We appreciate it.
All right.
And a little bit of poster trivia here. This is Brian's personal Porsche back in the day. Also note, right down at the bottom there, Wilhoit Graphics. So Brian and John Wilhoit been friends for how many years?
Pretty close to 40.
Wow, long time. Yeah, he's the master. Pretty awesome. All right, so this is my good friend Jared. Jared works here at Einmalig.
Yep.
Still working on that. Jared's going to help us with our transmission, and so what we're going to try to do here, we're going to work with a specialist. We're going to have a specialist completely dismantle this guy, right? And then,
Right.
Didn't you say he worked for Porsche?
Yeah, he's worked. He worked as a mechanic for Porsche for several years. He's the guy that we go to when we have any kind of question.
Okay, and he's probably going to take this away from here and do it.
He will.
In his shop.
Yeah,
so-
absolutely.
And that's okay. That's what we want. He's going to have all the right tooling, and we definitely know he has the experience. So he's going to take it apart. Then I'm going to come back, and we're hopefully going to have a look and see what the insides look like, the condition.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we'll also try to arrange it so that you can go and see him at his shop. That he can give you an idea of the complexity, or at least the viewers an idea of the complexity that we're dealing with.
A little better understanding of this 902-1. So
Absolutely.
Real early transmission, really sensitive. It's going to require a lot of special tooling, a lot of special skill and knowledge to work with this. And at that time, then, I'm going to take away the case, some of the extremities, take them back to our shop. We're going to restore them, make them really beautiful, and then bring them back and have the technician put it back together from that point. So that's kind of the strategy, the game plan here with our transmission. But while we're here also, maybe you can explain a little bit better about Eimalig. What exactly is going on here? I mean, you have so many parts, it's mind-boggling.
It is. I work here, and I'm speechless with what I come across.
Yeah, it's amazing. We're going to do some video and just show you some of the things that are here.
Yeah.
Well, we have what, new old stock parts.
Yeah,
We have this.
absolutely.
I mean, this is crazy. So I'm looking for a starter motor. This is a new old stock box
Yeah.
with the new old stock starter. Oh, that guy out. Talk about a rare find.
It feels rare, but when you see the volume and the size of this place, it's not surprising.
I mean, that's been on the shelf since, what did Brian say?
70s? They got it off the shelf in '83.
80 something.
But we don't know how long.
There's a new old stock starter. We're not sure that this is the correct one for this. We're still doing some number tracing to see, but that's the kind of thing we can find here. You got to really dig for the parts, but they're here. The inventory is just massive. So anyway, new old stock part box, pretty awesome. Here, maybe you wouldn't mind just showing us around a little bit. You see some of the cars. We got a 914.
Yeah.
What is this one here?
That's a 911 that's getting a 3.6 engine put into it, a modern engine.
Okay. And
But
this
is a 1969. This is a 914. Well, it has an LS engine in it. Yeah, it's a beautiful car. I wish it were down so I could show you all of it. It's
pretty awesome.
Man, look at this. You guys need hoods? Look at this. We got hoods. Unbelievable. That's a lot of hoods.
Yeah, we have new hoods and boxes. It's like I said, it's a standard.
Whatever you need, you got it.
Our response is usually what color.
Yeah, you got doors. There's no question there. Plenty of doors.
We have a bunch of
man.
doors for 356 as well. Those are behind you over there.
So we would say like all early Porsche 914,
Yep.
356, 911, 912.
Yeah, we have. It's surprising. We do have a lot of 944 and 928 parts.
Yeah, I saw some engines that
Yeah,
look
we
like
have
that.
engines. We have new drive lines, like brand new 928 drive lines. We got like 7 or 8 of those.
That's amazing.
So if you're looking for one, give us a holler.
Looking at some more seats here. Look at that. Well, if you need a particular seat, there's not going to be any problem finding it here. Gas tanks.
Oh yeah.
So on your gas tanks, would they be like already inspected and decent usable condition?
Yeah. Well, we actually we can test them before we ship them to make sure that they're tight and that they function the way they're supposed to. And we actually have new ones as well, so we can give you what you need.
That's a lot of gas tanks.
Yeah, these parts are just slowly becoming harder and harder to find.
Yeah, especially original.
911 cases, some 924s behind here. Some 911s up here, some 912s, 356 over here, and that's all 3 pieces. Typically, we've got bumpers from 356 here to 911, 912 over there. We have brake lines, original brake lines, AC lines.
So all these engines here have already been rebuilt?
Yeah, they're either in the process of being rebuilt or they're rebuilt. But they will be complete when we ship them and ready to go.
And so if you need transmissions, no problem. Looks like you have everything that's ever been made here.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. And you moved here, what, 2.5 years ago?
To this location, yeah.
I couldn't imagine what it would be like to move.
I'm glad I wasn't here for that. 'Cause that would have been,
That would be quite a project.
yes.
And what do we got here? What is this guy?
Oh, this little car was once a left-hand drive, and it was converted to right-hand drive.
So are you going to finish it up here, or is
We
it just...
actually, Mike Brewer from Wheeler Dealers,
Oh, okay.
I believe we're going to finish this for him.
All right. Cool.
So this is one of the projects that we're going to start down the road when we get rid of some of the projects that we're currently
Yeah, got
taking
quite a
care of.
few projects going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, look
But
at this.
yeah, every car is completely unique. I mean, they were hand built, So
Yeah.
every project is a little different. Fortunately.
Yeah, look at this. You need heat exchangers? Look at the heat exchangers in here.
Oh, man.
And I'm doing some video on this, but it's really hard to capture this on a video frame compared to what it's like standing in front of it.
Yeah, I'd say Brian's more of a curator,
Man,
than
boy, he really
parts distributor.
he really started something here.
Absolutely, takes a lot of vision to.
Yeah, this is a lifetime work in progress here. A wall of parts.
And more doors.
Doors on top of doors on top of doors. What are these, all cam towers and heads?
Yep.
Oh man, got a few of those. Need some door pockets for the inside of your door? Look at that.
What you have here are some door handles that you can't find anywhere else. We have the molds. We created all the molds to include the right texture, and we make these here. We actually have the European model that has the driver's side with the door handle. Here you got a passenger side.
Look at that.
And then for the left-hand models, they have the driver's side door.
So it's an injection mold type?
It is, yeah. We created our own dies, and we paid a lot of detail to the texture just to make sure it matched up with the vinyl. But you can see here on the European models, the left-hand drives, this would be the passenger side with the door handle. So we find that a lot of the people here in the United States wouldn't mind having this pull on the driver's side as well. So
right.
it's kind of a
Very cool.
fun little deal.
And then what are these guys here? Are these cores?
Yeah, and those are ones that we feel like are in decent shape to be resold.
Okay.
If somebody's looking to save money, because we understand that buying new is
It can get expensive.
it can be, but where there's demand, we meet both. Somebody that wants something a little bit more affordable, we can offer them something that's OEM but in decent shape, but just not new. And for those who can afford it, we have the solution for them as well. Yeah, so
look at this.
we're the speaker grills.
You make those?
We do. The aftermarket ones that they have aren't squared like this. They're actually like diamond shaped or oval.
Okay.
But that's not how they came.
Right.
When they came, they were squared like this. And that's just not something you're going to find outside of us because, well, it's important to Brian that we you know, that we
Get the detail right.
We get the details right.
So these are from Porsche. These are original.
These are actual rolls that came from the Porsche, you know, the carpeting distributor who provided them from Porsche.
Wow.
He sold Brian the overstock from years and years ago, stuff that had been sitting on his shelf for decades.
So if you want the original,
yeah,
here it is.
If you're gonna do some, you know, some sport seats, and you want, you know, you're gonna spend $12,000 on those, you might as well invest a little bit more and make sure that you're using the
right material. Yeah.
And we have that. We have the Pepito with the gold stripes, you know, with that gold foil, and also with the green. It doesn't hurt to ask. These are the kinds of things that we have here, and you know, we want to share with the people. This isn't just a museum. This is
because it could be.
It could be.
It could be a museum.
It is.
But this is going to be very helpful for any of you guys out there working on your cars and wondering, you know, where to get some of this stuff. This is it. This is like the gold mine here.
Yeah.
All right, Jared. Well, we appreciate the tour. Thanks for showing us around. I'll be back here in a few weeks to take a look and see what we got here.
Yeah.
And then we'll go from there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next video.